Thank you, Saran. I would be taking this talk forward and I would be sharing on the strategies for engaging youth and young professionals. However, before I go on and jump into the main slide, I would want you all to take a back seat and listen to a story. I'll be sharing my own story, and this is about my like in 2014, I joined my graduation in Miranda House University of Delhi. So I went to the college with dreams, entering the world of opportunities and possibilities. And वैसा ही था कॉलेज. मैं बहुत सारी opportunities को grab करना चाहती थी, बहुत सारी activities में part लेना चाहती थी. And I did that. I participated in many of the activities. So I was part of a initiative called National Service Scheme. So this national service scheme, उसमें ऐसा होता था कि we had to do social work and we had to complete 120 hours. So एक दिन एनएसएस के ग्रुप में हमारा एक मैसेज आया कि कॉलेज में मॉक ड्रिल हो रही है, तो उसमें वॉलंटियर करने से 3-4 घंटे मिलेंगे, एक ओरिएंटेशन मीटिंग में जाना होगा और एक मॉक ड्रिल करानी होगी. तो आई थॉट स्कूल की तरह इसमें ऐसा होगा कि बच्चों को बस क्लास से खाली करा के नीचे ले जाना होगा. ठीक है, ओरिएंटेशन की मीटिंग में चले गए. वहां पे जाके पता चला अच्छा कॉलेज के मैप भी बनाए गए हैं, अच्छा एक प्लान भी तैयार किया गया है. तो ठीक है, मुझे ड्यूटी मिल गई और मुझे कैंटीन खाली करानी थी. अब कैंटीन में कैंटीन के भैया अपना काउंटर छोड़ के रेडी नहीं है, अपना खाना छोड़ के रेडी नहीं है. मेरे फ्रेंड्स का ये एक्सपीरियंस था कि बच्चे क्लासेस छोड़ के रेडी नहीं है. तो ठीक है, जैसे तैसे हमने मॉक ड्रिल कराई, वो मॉक ड्रिल हो गई. फिर मॉक ड्रिल हो गई, हमें अपने आर्स मिल गए, हम भूल गए क्या था डिजास्टर, क्या थी मॉक ड्रिल. ठीक है, फिर कुछ दिनों बाद फर्स्ट ईयर खत्म हो गया. एक समर वर्कशॉप समय होने लगी कॉलेज में क्योंकि समर वेकेशन था. तो आई वॉज अ डे स्कॉलर एंड आई थॉट ठीक है, समर वर्कशॉप अटेंड करने चलते हैं. डिजास्टर रिस्क रिडक्शन पे हो रही है, कुछ नया सीखेंगे. वैसे भी घर पे तो कुछ कर नहीं रहे हैं, तो ठीक है चले गए डीआरआर की वर्कशॉप सीखने. 4-5 दिन सोचा था कि कुछ सीखेंगे, थोड़ी मस्ती करेंगे, घर आ जाएंगे. पर when I went to that workshop, it was so engaging. I learned about risk, hazard, resilience, vulnerability. I heard from the experts, and it was quite intriguing. And I felt how unaware I was. And it was like even my peers felt like that because we generally don't pay attention to so many factors which are even around us and make our surroundings very much risky. So after this workshop ended, we thought let's start an initiative and let's not let our fears become unaware. So we'll start with our college community and then we came together. फिर हमने सोचा चलो एक ग्रुप बनाते हैं, हम डिजास्टर सेंसिटाइजेशन करेंगे. ठीक है, ग्रुप बना लिया. अब उस ग्रुप को रिकग्निशन देने के लिए भी थॉट चलो एक नाम दे देते हैं अपने ग्रुप को. तो हमने डिजास्टर प्रिपेयरनेस टीम नाम रखा. शॉर्ट फॉर्म रखा उसका डीपीटी. तो ठीक है, डीपीटी फॉर्म हो गया. आफ्टर डीपीटी वाज फॉर्म्ड, तो वी स्टार्टेड डूइंग सर्टेन इवेंट्स की मूवी स्क्रीनिंग करा लिया, पोस्टर मेकिंग करा लिया, कुछ कुछ इनिशिएटिव्स करते थे. देन वी वर आल्सो गाइडेड बाय आवर प्रोफेसर्स एंड इट वाज क्वाइट इंटरेस्टिंग. तो एक दिन हमारी ज्योग्राफी डिपार्टमेंट की प्रोफेसर ने बोला कि जेएनयू में एक मीटिंग है, डिजास्टर रिसर्च का कुछ प्रोग्राम आ रहा है, तो वो अटेंड करने जाना है. तो ठीक है, वी ऑल वेंट विद हर. So in that meeting, we got to know that Miranda House was selected amongst the other colleges in Delhi University to conduct a disaster research in the neighborhood of college. So we had to do risk mapping, resource mapping, we had to do surveys, we had to come up with our own research ideas, and we had to make a report out of it. So I was very new to even the hour of research, and this was disaster research, so it was completely new thing. And I thought, okay, चलो करते हैं. disaster research क्या होता है, थोड़ा सीखने को मिलेगा, and let's see क्या होगा. It would be very different from academia, also from societies, and छोटे मोटे वर्कशॉप कराने से तो अच्छा है चलो प्रोजेक्ट करके देखते हैं क्या होता है. तो वो दिन है और आज का दिन है. आई हैव नेवर लुक बैक. टुडे यू सी मी सिटिंग हियर as a coordinator doing a field visit in a school, and I've done masters in disaster management. I possess 2 years plus experience in disaster management sector, all because I opportunities, and also I got exposure to disaster research at an early age where I was shaping my career and I was making an opinion of which direction to take in life. And I would like to thank National Institute of Disaster Management for funding JNU and the disaster research program, because of which I got involved in all these activities and because of which I am here today as a budding professional in the field of disaster management sector. So now my story is over and I would like to go back to what I had to share today, the crux of today's talk, which is strategies for mainstreaming and engaging youth and young professionals. So, if today in this talk there are people who are policymakers, who are people in authority, people who are working as disaster management professional or heading certain organization, I would say these slides are for you. I would like to come back to the point that it is in the youth that that where lies the power, and youth have a lot of energy and enthusiasm to make the change. So, if you mainstream youth at their early age, like according to a research, it has been said that it is during these higher secondary school and college years that students start forming their perception of their career choices and what direction do they want to take in their life. So, if we mainstream disaster risk reduction and resilience in college, either through curriculum, through activities, maybe like mock drills, also through preparedness activities, and engaging them through curriculum. So there can be several ways of mainstreaming disaster management in school and colleges, because of which they can get an exposure in early age and they can form an opinion about what career choices they want to make. And then promoting research and innovation would be very effective way. And I share my own example. It is because of research and innovation opportunity that I got involved in this field. So if we give opportunity to young people to come along to do certain projects, to do some research where they can learn from the ground realities and also connect it to their subject knowledge, to academia and literature, it would be a very great opportunity where they can actually get engaged in real terms. And apart from that, if we engage youth in preparedness activities, in disaster risk prediction, like conducting workshops, conducting seminars where they can practically learn certain things. So these trainings would be very important where they can actually get an exposure to the disaster risk reduction and resilience field. And apart from that, I feel there is a lack of space where youth can network and youth can talk about their ideas, learn from experts, and also learn from their peers. So there should be a space that should be created for networking among the youth and the policy makers, practitioners, and the senior people in the field, which would again give them an exposure while they speak to them, network with them, and try to learn from them. Apart from that, there's need for a platform where they can share their ideas and openly come up with their innovative ideas, creative ideas, and they can get a recognition of their ideas. And some of these ideas can actually be shared through programs such as hackathon and other things. So these platforms for idea sharing, maybe conferences, these can be a very good way to give youth a sort of recognition that they want, and they can definitely come with innovative and creative ideas. Apart from that, at organizational level, if there are more uh, volunteering opportunities, if there are more options where like youth can actually come and volunteer maybe on a weekly basis or a daily basis, that would be great. Because at present time, like youths do not know what are the opportunities of volunteering and how they can come ahead and how they can volunteer. They have a lot of enthusiasm to bring change, to actually engage and work. But we need to create more and more avenues for them. And even the full-time opportunities are very less for the youth, as experienced
Mm.
professionals are valued more. So more opportunities for full-time work would also be a way to engage youth. I would like to go to the next slide. So, youth can also be engaged in designing and executing awareness programs because they are very creative and they can use technology and various means to do awareness campaigns. Today, in the times of social media, social media can be a great tool for awareness campaigns, for doing risk communication, and for reaching out to people from across globe. You can sit at any place and reach out to people, and the reach of social media is so great that it can be leveraged, and youth are very tech savvy. Even like I'm a millennial, but Gen Z, which are like youth who are born after 2000, they are very tech savvy and they can leverage technology and social media for this. So apart from this, there should be more participatory voluntary activities. We should think beyond response and relief distribution. Youth can be engaged in preparedness in DRR. And apart from that, we can promote youth, we can promote certain things where youth can come up and start their own entrepreneurship, do startups. They can bring in a lot of science and technical innovations. Various apps have been created by youth, and there are various things that we see that youth are doing various initiatives in form of startups. Even my friend Saran, she shared about Fool, which is another startup. So innovative practices can be very easily done by youth, and we should encourage it. And apart from that, youth can be engaged in reducing risk and promoting safety. So once they are aware, they can know what are the risks for them, and they can actually move towards safety and look at the safety standards and work on risk mitigation, be it in their campuses, their neighborhood, or any other place. So apart from this, youth can be advocate for change. Youth are very aware in today's time. They think rationally, and they are actually coming and standing up for the cause, be it for environment, for disaster, and different causes they are taking up, and they're raising their voices. So uh, they have that sort of energy that they can come ahead and they can actually advocate for change. So they can raise their voice at the national and national level. I would like to go to the next slide. Youth voices should be heard. It's very important. Youth are young people, and they also have their points, and sometimes these points are very strong. It's very important that we hear to the youth voices, and youth have that sort of potential that we should not undermine. I would like to go to the next slide. Also, this is a very important point that I want to make, that aware youths can promote safe and resilient practices in everyday lives. Once they are aware, once they know things well, when they are exposed to the realities, they can actually look at the safety standards, they can mitigate the risk, they can promote resilient practices, and they have that sort of mindset that they would also like to share that knowledge with other people and their peers. So, if there's one key takeaway that I want you to take from this talk, it's definitely this point that aware youth can promote safe and resilient practices in everyday lives. Next slide. I would uh, I would talk about how interesting youth can actually give you wonderful results, and I would like to end with this quote that if our youth arise and act, they have strength and dynamism to generate a huge transformation in society.